the business we are in at LSU, providing a world-class experience for our student athletes to compete and earn their degrees.
Hello Tiger fans, I'm Emily Dixon and you're watching Inside LSU Sports presented by Community Coffee. This week's episode is filled with firsts, from Jay Johnson's baseball banquet debut to Tonya Johnson's first practice as LSU volleyball head coach. There's plenty to get to, so let's get rolling with an inside look at the First Pitch Baseball Banquet before we catch up with LSU Gymnastics head coach Jay Clark and Mike Smith as they preview the Tigers' first SEC competition of the season.
I want you to see the most competitive team that you have ever seen. And it means one thing, we've defined it this way. There's no way anyone is gonna come in here and value winning and what it takes to win more than our team and our players.
Inside LSU Sports, presented by Community Coffee, is brought to you each week by the 8 partners that represent Team LSU. Cox, the official communications provider of LSU Athletics. McDonald's, official sponsor of the LSU Tigers. Our Lady of the Lake, official healthcare provider of LSU Athletics. Planet Fitness, official gym partner of the LSU Tigers. Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of LSU Athletics. Hancock Whitney, the official bank of the LSU Tigers. People's Health, the official health plan of LSU Athletics. And by Coca-Cola, official beverage partner of the LSU Tigers. This segment of Inside LSU Sports is brought to you each week by Bud Light.
The reason we're going 5 up, 5 count is because I want there to feel that pressure. If somebody makes a mistake, okay, it's going to be a learning experience for all of us to try to get a little more mentally tough. I told them, look, I want to have fun with this. I want the energy to be great, but I want the execution there too.
Hello Tiger fans and welcome again inside LSU Sports Along with LSU head gymnastics coach Jay Clark, I'm Mike Smith. We're on the floor today of the LSU Gymnastics Training Center in Baton Rouge. Come on by and take a visit sometime if you can. It's an amazing place to see, one of the best in the world. Well, you know, the Fighting Tigers had another meet postponed due to COVID protocols inside the Arkansas gymnastics program this particular time, and that has postponed a meet until a later date. A whole lot more to come on that here in the next segment, but we can tell you that the Tigers took lemons and made lemonade and made a terrific purple and gold challenge right here on this floor on Friday afternoon. Every single Tiger gymnast had an opportunity to touch an apparatus and get in on all of the action. Jay Clark joins me now. Jay, as I said, you took lemons, you made lemonade. Yeah. It certainly wasn't what you had scripted going into Thursday afternoon of last week, but I know you had to be pleased for what you saw coming out of your Tigers effort here.
Well, when you get notification on a Thursday about a Friday meet being canceled, we did everything we could to try to see if there was any possibility of getting somebody else in here again or anything like that. And when it became apparent that wasn't going to happen, we had to kind of punt and figure out what can we do. So the idea was just to create an atmosphere where we got everybody involved. We did 44 routines in here on Friday. Everybody on our team got to participate at some level. We divided them into a purple and a gold team and let them have a little fun with it. I did my best impersonation of Mike Smith on the microphone as I announced him. Did what I could, and invited our boosters in to watch us and put it out on Facebook Live and just, you know, tried to make it as much of a competition environment as we possibly could.
And taking a look at some of those highlights, you can see that, you know, some of the gymnasts really embrace the opportunity to be engaged in a competition-like setting. And I know you've had a few that are coming back that you're watching very closely, not only from injury, but looking for an opportunity to expand those lineups on each event.
Well, and that's been the thing, is that we've been talking to them for weeks, if not months, about be ready so you don't have to get ready. And our kids, you know, that don't see themselves as being, you know, one of the first 6 or 7 in the lineup, sometimes that's a hard place to be and they can get complacent. I think Friday did a lot of good for those guys that really needed kind of a spark to kind of get them going again and continue to have them push everybody that's ahead of them in ways that's absolutely necessary for a great team to have. And it was great for morale in so many ways.
Anybody in particular stand out to you?
Well, I think we saw Olivia Dunn do a floor routine for the first time. We saw Chase Brock do a floor routine for the first time. We saw Kai Rivers in the all-around. We saw Rebecca D'Antonio do a beam set for us, and on and on and on. We saw just about everybody we could put out there in any way, shape, or form we were able to do. So most events had 5 routines per event, but in some spots we were able to go 6. So I think in all we did 44 or 45 routines.
And how great that you were able to use the social media platforms and include as many Tiger fans that could jump on board as possible to get a glimpse of what happens inside one of these.
And it was a last minute thing. You know, we invited some of our boosters to come in and watch and give us a little bit of a live audience and then put it out there. Really wanted the kids to know that eyes were on them, and that was the idea behind that, to try to create a little bit of those butterflies, a little bit of those nerves. Not the same as being in the PMAC, but nonetheless we did the best we could with it, and I think we got some good out of it. And the silver lining of it is we got to see some routines that we don't normally get to see this time of year.
Well, we have a whole lot more to talk about in our very next segment, Jay. Let's talk a little bit about what's coming up around the corner. Let's also talk about the potential to reschedule some of these meets, as we know the Tigers right now with just one meet under their belts in the 22 campaign. Much more coming up right after this quick timeout inside LSU Sports.
Stay tuned for more Inside LSU Sports after this break.
You need more layers, diagonal layers.
I got it, Ron. Thanks.
Leave him alone, Dad. Oh, honey, you should use ice blocks instead of cubes.
No, Bud Light Seltzer goes on top.
Diagonal layers.
Did you pre-chill the Bud Light lemonades?
Need more ice. And diagonal layers.
I mean, if you're gonna do it right.
I don't need my hands getting cold.
Why don't you try using the Plumsky method?
Brings out the citrus notes.
Dad?
Gotta crush the ice, son.
Okay, I'm out.
What's his problem?
Whenever packing the cooler really matters, there's a Bud Light there.
fake, mi amor. Ice cream?
Yeah!
Okay.
Protect your connected devices with advanced security included with Cox Panoramic Wi-Fi.
We get it. It feels like everything has changed. Masking up, changing demands at work, fewer gatherings. But one thing hasn't changed. Our commitment to your health. It's why Our Lady of the Lake Physician Group keeps finding better ways to serve you. Video visits with one of our providers, online scheduling, weekend hours, and nearly 100 locations where providers know your medical history. Our Lady of the Lake Physician Group, providing you with the best care where and when you need it.
As humankind faces its most critical challenges yet, the world demands leaders, and LSU is taking up the charge. The research we do here goes everywhere to protect communities threatened by climate change, so you can live your life with fewer worries about tomorrow. We're formulating a better way for everyone, because at LSU, our calling is humanity.
LSU Tigers fans, show your pride with real Tigers gear from the official online store, lsushop.net. You'll find everything a Tigers fan needs, including jerseys, sideline gear, polos, t-shirts, hats, and more. With an awesome selection of over 4,100 products, including official team merchandise from Nike, when it comes to Tigers pride, there's only one place real Tigers fans go, lsushop.net.
This segment of Inside LSU Sports is brought to you each week by Assurance Financial. When you find the home you want to buy, choose a mortgage lender that can help you buy it. David Alello with Assurance Financial, lending the way home buyers prefer it.
Welcome back inside LSU Sports, LSU Gymnastics time again, Jay, and I know that nobody is more excited about the opportunity to get back on the road and actually have a meet this week than you are, because the Tigers right now with, just as I said before, one meet under their belts for the 2022 season, and I know you're just ready to roll.
Well, we are, and you know, there's a positive and a negative to everything in life, and you know, the negative is we haven't gotten to compete yet, and our kids are ready to compete. They need to compete. It kind of takes the edge off of things in practice when you're not able to do so. The positive is we've gotten some rest. We've gotten some injuries back. It's almost like we'll be a little more fresh physically. You know, I don't know what our execution is going to look like on the road for the first time. You know, had our first away meet happened on time, you never know what first road meets are going to look like.
Right.
So it's almost like we're starting our season all over again this week. Going to Georgia, and our kids are excited. You know, there's a lot of energy, a lot of fire in their belly to get out there and get it going. So, you know, we're going to go over there and put our best foot forward and see what happens. But I feel good about where the team's mind is. It's just almost like we're having to hit the reset button.
A lot of great gymnastics has been had in the historic Stegman Coliseum, Jay, a place that you know very well. Yeah. What's it going to take for the Tigers to be successful on the road against the Gym Dogs?
Well, we're going to measure ourselves against ourselves for the most part. I mean, we know that Georgia is a talented team. We know that they have the ability, if they put a meet together, to hang with just about anybody. You know, they haven't done that yet, but we, as things go around here, we usually get everybody's best punch. So we're expecting that they'll have a good meet, and we need to go over there on equipment that we hadn't been on and get mentally stronger. And that's what first away meets do to you. They test your mettle a little bit, and you've got to be able to go out there and execute in an environment and in a space that you haven't been in. So it'll be a great experience for us. We're going to measure ourselves against ourselves, and we need to improve from where we were 3 weeks ago against Centenary.
Yeah, I was starting to think 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's about 3 weeks. Well, let's shift gears just for a brief moment, Jay, and talk a little bit about the prospect. We've had 2 very key Southeastern Conference gymnastics meets that have been postponed, and I know there's some things in the works for the potential to reschedule those.
Yeah, we think we've got a solution to it. I think Missouri and Arkansas have agreed to it in principle. It's just a matter of waiting on the official word from the Missouri administration, but we believe that we'll be at Missouri for a tri-meet on Sunday, February 20th, which is the Sunday after our Alabama meet at home here in the PMAC. So it's a double weekend for us. And in some ways, people will, again, there's a positive and negative to everything, but we're going to approach it as it's preparatory for the postseason, because we got to go 2 days with a day off in between when we go to the postseason for regionals and nationals anyway. So while the other teams won't have but one meet that weekend, we're going to treat it as an advantage for us to get prepared for what happens down the line.
3 SEC opponents in less than 72 hours? Yeah, that sounds a lot like the postseason to me.
Yeah, and it should be good. You know, it'll count towards the regular season record as 2 separate meets, and so that's really what we wanted to accomplish, to make sure that we were still in the running for that regular season championship.
It's going to be amazing to watch, and hopefully, like you said, this coming Friday night in Athens, the Tigers and the Gym Dogs in Stegman Coliseum, and it'll be a reset for the 2022 season.
Absolutely.
Jay, it's always great to see you, and we'll be right back inside LSU Sports right after this timeout.
Taking a chance. Family. Like birds of a feather. Family. Kick off your shoes and dance. Hey.
Some traditions just keep getting better and better. Ford F-Series, the official truck of the NFL and America's best-selling trucks 44 years and counting.
Now is the time for new beginnings. For holding each other's hands. For encouraging each other. And for working together. At Women's, our mission is to improve the health of all women and infants. So today, we're focused on new ways to care for you and keep you safe. Because seeing you healthy and strong is important to us.
You need more layers, diagonal layers.
I got it, Ron. Thanks.
Leave him alone, Dad. Oh, honey, you should use ice blocks instead of cubes.
No, Bud Light Seltzer goes on top.
Diagonal layers.
Did you pre-chill the Bud Light lemonades? Need more ice.
And diagonal layers.
I mean, if you're gonna do it right.
I don't need my hands getting cold.
Why don't you try using the Plumsky method?
Brings out the citrus notes.
Dad?
Gotta crush the ice, son.
Okay, I'm out.
What's his problem?
Whenever packing the cooler really matters, there's a Bud Light there.
As humankind faces its most critical challenges yet, the world demands leaders, and LSU is taking up the charge. The research we do here goes everywhere to protect communities threatened by climate change, so you can live your life with fewer worries about tomorrow. We're formulating a better way for everyone, because at LSU, our calling is humanity.
LSU Tigers fans, show your pride with real Tigers gear from the official online store, lsushop.net. You'll find everything a Tigers fan needs, including jerseys, sideline gear, polos, t-shirts, hats, and more. With an awesome selection of over 4,100 products, including official team merchandise from Nike, when it comes to Tigers pride, there's only one place real Tigers fans go, lsushop.net.
This segment of Inside LSU Sports is brought to you each week by TJ Ribs, legendary Louisiana barbecue.
Morning, how we feeling? Good, excited to be in the gym for the first time today. So lots of good energy, lots of good talking this morning, communicating, all right? Lots of excitement and cheering on each other and letting somebody know when they do something great. And let's get going, let's have a great practice today, let's go. Make sure you're square to your partner. Good, you guys. It's really good. Like that you're calling the ball every single time. Communication is going to be so important. So one arm, pass to your partner. Everything is in line. So if we're here, we're out here, we're not going to be any good to our partner from an attacking standpoint. That's it. That's a better swing there. That's why we're here. That's why we're here. Good, Paige. Hey! That's a good one, Leo. Yeah, it always feels good to be back in the gym. So, all right, nice job today, Tigers. Let's get to weights.
Zachary native Tonya Johnson was a 4-year letter winner at LSU, won SEC titles, appeared in a Final Four, and later rejoined as an assistant coach on staff. Now she's the head coach of the LSU volleyball program, and we get to know Coach Johnson a little better as she drives us around her hometown.
Got a lot of emotions going on right now. Heading to my first practice as the head coach here at LSU. Super excited to get the opportunity to get in the gym with this group and and make them better. I feel like to have this opportunity at this stage in my life, at a stage where I still love coaching, I still love competing, I still love everything that comes with being a head coach at a program. And obviously I've been a head coach before, and a great opportunity at Georgia Tech, but the opportunity to be at my alma mater, it just makes it 10 times special. And so to have the opportunity to play at your dream school as a student athlete, and then have the opportunity to coach at your dream school, man, I don't know, I have no one to thank but God for that. So I feel special, I feel lucky, and absolutely blessed to be in this position. And I don't take it lightly. I will work my tail off, and my staff will work their tail off, and we will do what it takes to make it happen here. This is something I've always dreamed of, is to be the head coach here at LSU, and I'm sure there are going to be so many memories that come back just from stepping into that moment in the fall. And so I know it's going to be an incredible feeling. I know that there'll be a little bit of anxiety, because that's just, or exhilaration, should I say, because of the excitement of the moment. But to put it all in perspective, what I really hope for the most is that our kids come out and compete and play hard. I hope that they leave here better people than they are today. That's very important to me. Obviously, our goals are to make them better volleyball players and to make them even better people. But I hope that when they walk away from this experience, they can say that they learned a lot of life lessons, and that they learned how to compete, and they learned how to win consistently. I think that we have a really good core of players coming back, and we have some really good pieces. And I feel like we can work with that and make them better and teach them how to compete and teach them how to win. And that's going to be the key to our success next season. I'm just excited to share with them the pride and the tradition of being an LSU Tiger and what that means. I don't think that there's another culture in the country that exists like ours, where the people bleed purple and gold, where everything that you see is LSU. And that, to me, speaks of the pride that the people of Louisiana have for LSU.
Stay tuned for more Inside LSU Sports after this break.
We're Dudley DeBosier. As an official partner of LSU Athletics, we love being back here on campus.
It's where we began our journey as lawyers.
And it keeps us connected to the community we pledged to serve.
This place has made a difference in so many lives across the state.
And it inspires us to do the same.
We're a law firm that cares about this community.
And that's the Dudley DeBosier difference.
Demand Dudley DeBosier, official partner of LSU Athletics. 444-4444.
You need more layers, diagonal layers.
I got it, Ron. Thanks.
Leave him alone, Dad. Oh, honey, you should use ice blocks instead of cubes.
No, Bud Light Seltzer goes on top.
Diagonal layers.
Did you pre-chill the Bud Light lemonades?
Need more ice.
And diagonal layers.
I mean, if you're gonna do it right.
I don't need my hands getting cold.
Why don't you try using the Plumsky method?
Brings out the citrus notes.
Dad?
Gotta crush the ice, son.
Okay, I'm out.
What's his problem?
Whenever packing the cooler really, really matters, there's a Bud Light there.
Mommy, guess what? We're lit. Hi, that's fake, mi amor. Ice cream? Yeah.
Okay. Protect your connected devices with advanced security included with Cox Panoramic Wi-Fi.
As humankind faces its most critical challenges yet, the world demands leaders, and LSU is taking up the charge. The research we do here goes everywhere to protect communities threatened by climate change, so you can live your life with fewer worries about tomorrow. We're formulating a better way for everyone, because at LSU, our calling is humanity.
When you support, she soars. When you donate, he delivers. When you provide, they prevail. Since 1987, TAF members have lifted the minds, bodies, and spirits of LSU student athletes, making sure they have what they need to succeed in competition, the classroom, and in life. When you give, they go.
This segment of Inside LSU Sports is brought to you each week by Our Lady of the Lake Children's Health, one of Louisiana's largest pediatric healthcare networks.
It was an emotional senior meet for the LSU swimming and diving team, but the focus now shifts to SEC championships next month. Here's a look back at the highlights from the weekend, including the latest on Olympic gold medalist Brooks Curry as he broke his own record in the 50 freestyle. That's it for this week's show, but things are only heating up as baseball, softball, and even spring football get rolling this season. And of course, we have you covered. I'm Emily Dixon, and as always, thanks for tuning in to Inside LSU Sports, presented by Community Coffee. We'll see you next week.
Inside LSU Sports, presented by Community Coffee, is brought to you each week by the 8 partners that represent Team LSU. Cox, the official communications provider of LSU Athletics. McDonald's, official sponsor of the LSU Tigers. Our Lady of the Lake, official healthcare provider of LSU Athletics. Planet Fitness, official gym partner of the LSU Tigers. Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of LSU Athletics. Hancock Whitney, the official bank of the LSU Tigers. People's Health, the official health plan of LSU Athletics. And by Coca-Cola, official beverage partner of the LSU Tigers.
This is the business we are in at LSU, providing a world-class experience for our student athletes to compete and earn their degrees.